I always get that feeling when I'm scrolling through a mountain of gaming laptops. The pictures look sleek, the specs list numbers that sound like a sports car engine, and then you end up with a machine that feels more like a hobbyist's desktop that you have to haul around. It's the same frustration you get when a ultra-thin laptop promises a full-size gaming experience, but the heat blows out the side vents, and the battery barely makes it through a single session. That's why today I'm breaking down the HP Omen 16 Slim, so you can see whether the hype actually translates into everyday play, or if you'll be stuck with another pretty-looking disappointment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Omen 16 isn't trying to be a niche ultra-portable. It's marketed as a slim 16-inch gaming rig that still crams a Core Ultra 7255H and an RTX 5060 into a chassis that's about as thick as a thick textbook. In real life, that translates to a laptop that fits comfortably in a backpack, yet you still need to think about where you'll be using it. If you're a gaming on the go type like the commuter who wants to jump into a 2K title on the train, or the college student who needs a single device for classes, streaming, and gaming, the Omen's lightweight design and Wi-Fi 6 connectivity are real strengths. The 22 Wi-Fi 6 antenna combo keeps a stable signal on crowded campus networks, and the gigabit LAN port is a nice safety net for those occasional nights when you want the most reliable ping for a ranked match. When I set the machine up in my apartment office, the first thing I noticed was the display. The 16-inch panel pushes a 1920x1200 resolution. That extra vertical line count actually makes a difference in productivity because you get more screen real estate for code editors or spreadsheets without sacrificing the crispness of games. The 400 nit brightness is enough for a well-lit room, and the 100% sRGB coverage means colors stay true whether you're watching a Netflix series or editing a thumbnail in Photoshop. The 165 Hz refresh rate is where the Omen really shines for fast-paced shooters. I ran a quick match-ready session in Valorant, and the frame delivery felt buttery smooth, with hardly any stutter, even when the RTX 5060 was pushing the graphics settings to high. Now, the Core Ultra 7255H is the newest generation Intel chip, built on a hybrid architecture that mixes performance cores with efficiency cores. In practice, that means you get quick wake-ups for everyday tasks. Launching Word, browsing the web, or pulling up a Discord chat happens in a second or two. When you fire up a game, the performance cores take over, and you can sustain around 7,080 frames per second on high settings in titles like Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p. That's respectable for a laptop without an RTX 3070, and it's more than enough for competitive titles and most AAA releases at the 2K resolution the screen offers. The 16GB of DDR5 5600 RAM gives you headroom for multitasking. I was able to stream a game to Twitch while running Photoshop and Discord in the background without any noticeable lag. The SSD, a 1TB PCIe Gen4 NVMe drive, loads Windows in under 10 seconds and shrinks level load times dramatically. For anyone who hoards large game libraries or works with large media files, that capacity is a real convenience. You won't be constantly juggling an external drive just to make space. But the Omen's slim design also brings a few trade-offs that matter if you're trying to squeeze every penny out of your budget. The chassis is made mostly of aluminum plastic composites, which feels solid enough day-to-day, but under heavy gaming loads the bottom panel can warm up quickly. The laptop's cooling system uses a single fan plus a heat pipe, and while the fans spin up aggressively when temps climb, you'll notice the fan noise rise to a low-grade whine after about 30 minutes of sustained gameplay. It's not splitting, but it's enough that you'd probably want a quieter room or a headset to mask the sound. The heat also means the laptop can't maintain those peak frame rates for very long. After a while the RTX 5060 throttles down a few percent to keep temperatures in check. If you're planning marathon gaming sessions on a couch, you might want to consider a laptop with a more robust cooling solution. Battery life is another hidden cost. With the power-hungry RTX 5060, the battery drops to under 5 hours of mixed usage, roughly an hour and a half of gaming before you need to plug back in. That's fine if you're near a power outlet, but it's a reality check for anyone hoping to game unplugged for an entire day. The slim moniker really reflects a trade-off. You get a lighter machine, but you sacrifice some endurance. Who should buy the HP Omen 16 Slim? The sweet spot is the serious hobby gamer, who also values a laptop for school or work. If you need a machine that can handle modern titles at 1080p 2K with smooth frame rates, stream your gameplay, and still be portable enough to carry to a coffee shop, this